All right. So right now, looking at the sky, and in Tennessee, I look at windy.com. See all these clouds right here? These are not showing up on the map on windy.com. Now, windy.com is very, very good at showing detailed clouds, cloud detail. They show every little cloud, the specific shape and everything. And it's really good at it, I'm telling you. But for some reason, throughout the whole Midwest United States, they're not showing no cloud cover. I'll show you. See? They're not showing no clouds. Now, on a normal day, this is the first time I noticed this. On a normal day, these clouds that we're seeing up here right now will show up on this map right here in Nashville. And any clouds surrounding it, any clouds coming in the state from east to west, from west to east, it show it all. It show it all. I'm telling you, it's very good. It's a very detailed, very good app. I've seen like awesome, like I've checked this thing to where I looked in the sky just the other day when they were having like tornadoes and stuff all over the state. I looked up and I was like, wow, that's a weird looking snake cloud coming our way. And it was like a roll cloud, but it was like real long. It was beautiful. And I looked on windy.com, and sure enough, you could see it, and I could see how far it was, so I could look up in the sky and see where the curve was over up north. And I could tell how far it was, like with my eyes on the ground. I'm like, oh, that's pretty tight. But today, there's no clouds. Now, that's only one. There's two things going on right there. That's a sign in the heavens right there. I'm telling you. This is a sign in the heavens. I'm gonna go back over here, show y'all the clouds. I'm gonna show you why these are signs in the heavens. These clouds are signs in the heavens because first off, we already know that the radar is not wanting to show you these clouds. For some reason, whatever the reason is, they don't want to show you. What's up, huh? They don't want to show you these clouds at all. So pretty much, on windy.com and the radar service, they're hiding something. Either the clouds that we're looking at right now are fake. Right now, this is fake. This is an illusion. This is a holograph. There's a holographic sky right here. This is a dome. This is some weird stuff going on, right? Or the more likely reason would be that there is something over us, and windy, in order to not show it, it can't show any of these clouds because it would show up on the radar. Now, so how do I know that there's something above us? Well, the shape of the clouds. These clouds are kind of intelligent design for some reason. It reminds me of back in 2017 when the whales died. They all beached themselves down south. It was like some hundreds amounts of whales beached themselves, and then the very next day, up north in Washington, up in the Northwest, I was up there, and the clouds in the sky in the morning, outside my job, and I looked up and I noticed that the clouds look just like this, little pods. Oh, let me go back. They look like little pods, just like this. They look like pods, but they had fins, dorsal fins coming out the top. Like you see how like the cloud over here, like it's just like a pod. It's just a pod. Like this is a pod. It's a pod. All right? That's a pod. And then all the way through, they're just little patches and pods. Like seed life. Like a herd of clouds. It's not an overcast. It's perfect blue sky above them. Not even like from what we can see, you know. But what I'm saying is that when those like, I know that in scripture it says the spirit of the beast goes down and the spirit of man goes up. The spirit of the beast goes down to heaven and the spirit of man goes up to, oh, I think I said that backwards. The spirit of the beast goes down to the earth and the spirit of man goes up to heaven. And it's like a mystery. All right. So what I'm saying is like, where are we at? if we're seeing signs in the sky of like what look like beasts, like when they, it's like the sky, you know how it says what happens, it happens in heaven, as it is in heaven, so it is on earth. So it happens in heaven first, and then it happens on earth. It comes down from the top down. So it's like the whales died, and then the next day, the freaking clouds in the sky had dorsal fins, and they were pods, like perfect pods. I think I even have, if I could find it, I have it somewhere in my Google Drive. Perfect pods. Because I took a picture that day. But anyway. Alright, so another thing about these clouds. So what's so special about these clouds? These clouds here as pods, but there's something else going on in between the clouds. Now remember, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my videos where they talk about orbs in the sky. And how like the clouds are kind of controlled or move around the orbs electromagnetic field or something like that, and the orbs are like cloaked by the field of electromagnetic field or whatever. So you'll see like strange holes in the clouds as the clouds move through, but it'll always be in the same spot. So the cloud will go by, and then you'll see the cloud have like little circular, let me see. The clouds will have like little circular formation, almost like perfect circles, like that. See that right there? See that right there? How it's like a circle. And then oh, I see another one. Let me aim at it. Where is it? Let me get it. Let me zoom out. Where did I just see it at? Man, it's right there. It's like right there. So there's like perfect circles. And when the clouds move past these orbs, but these orbs have electromagnetic fields that kind of grab the clouds and throw them around, and you can kind of see like in the movie The Invisible Man and stuff, how when they throw the water over them to see them, or they throw like flour or something over them to see them, you see them pop up like that, and you see these perfect circular orbs. Now there's two things. What I see is like two ways of seeing them. One way, they're close up, and oh, see, look at this, man. Look. Hold on. Oh, it's like right there. It'll be like perfect circles, and the clouds will encompass it. And in the Bible, it talks about how the angels are clothed in clouds. The cherubs are clothed in clouds. The Son of Man is going to come back in the clouds. Look up, for your redemption is near. The Son of Man will be coming in the clouds. Now, you know that the beast system, which is the internet, and all of their broadcasting, they want to be the official credited information on everything. Hold on, look at that one. Look at that one. Look at that one right there. See it? Perfect circle in the background back there. But yeah, so they want to be the official authority on all things knowledge, for instance, in order to give you bad knowledge, poison. The gift is the curse with these guys. So, like that one right there, up under the cloud right there, right above the light. I wonder if this is gonna, yeah, like right there. I don't know if y'all can see that marker on my screen, but yeah. So if they're the ones that are showing the clouds on the map, and the Son of Man is supposed to be coming in the clouds, they say the revolution will not be televised. That's what the word tells you, all right? Because that's what the saying, like the word will move through all of this. So the word is coming straight from heaven, letting you know, hey, this is how it's gonna happen. And the saying goes is that the revolution will not be televised. That's the word nowadays. So if you're supposed to be looking up in the clouds, you think they're going to tell you on the news, oh, there's something weird in the sky coming. It's only going to go towards their favor, or they're not going to tell you at all. I'll tell you that 100%. That's the way that goes. So, like the little wispy parts at the back right there, how it kind of makes like a little circular. All right, so what I'm saying is like, if you got a whole section of the United States covered in clouds and they're not showing you on the radar, they're hiding something. 100%. That's the facts. They're not showing you the clouds, so they hiding you that right there already. It's already a fact. You know what I mean? And it's cold as hell, but the sun is out. All right, so, and you're like, how could the sun be shining straight on you, but it's still like chilly to the bone? It's almost like you're standing next to a levitating object that's full of nitrogen, levitating. Magnetic field. When you take a superconductor like a magnet and put nitrogen on it, it can levitate over a magnetic field, all right? And what looks like, it looks like clouds coming out of it. Pretty much, yeah. So, if you've ever seen those type of experiments, so what we're looking at in the sky could be the fallout of some type of ship. All right, but what I'm saying is, check this out. I'm talking about these orbs. Now the orbs, there's two ways of seeing them. When they go through the cloud, when the clouds move around them, those are the ones that are close up on you. There's three ways of seeing them. And then, actually the very first ones that I saw, you look up in the sky and you'll see a little dot that looks like a star in a clear blue sky, just like the sky right here. It'll be a clear blue sky and it'll look like a star. And then you'll see it like the wind will move the clouds around it, and then you'll see, like, if you really focus on it, you try to look near where the sun is at, and you got to put your hand towards the sun like that just to cover it up, and then you'll see like these little stars up in the sky in the background. But in order to see them, this is the way you do it. You put your hand up, or you put like a visor up over the sun in front of you on a clear day, and then you look just under where the sun is shining, but it has to be like the clear sky behind it. It has to be a clear sky behind it, just like this. But the sun has to be there, right? Like if the sun was like right there, and then your hand is like covering it like that, just so it doesn't, so it eclipses the edge of the sun. So what happens is, you'll start seeing the wings of bugs fly by in the sky above you, and that'll catch your attention because you'll be like, wow, you don't really see that. Like right now, I don't see no bugs in the sky. But if I was looking at the sun on a nice warm spring day, you'll see all type of cottonwood, all type of spider webs ballooning in the sky. And I mean, it'll be filled with pollen, it'll be filled with bugs, and their wings, you'll see bees, you'll see beetles, you'll see all type of little, and you'll notice like hummingbirds and stuff. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful sight up above us on like in the spring. So what happens is, my first time noticing these orbs, I stopped, and I was in Seattle, and I stopped in the shadow of a totem pole because there was a bunch of people walking towards me and I couldn't really walk around them, so I just stopped. And then I like let them move around me like water. So I look up, you know, just to take in the day, and I'm like see how this pole is right here? See how this pole, this Wi-Fi pole is, whatever. So the totem pole is actually just like this looking. It's the shape the same exact way, and it had a little Sacagawea and a Mario character looking like dude on top, right? At the park, it was Native Park, right? So I stood in the shadow of the pole, and what happened was to the right of the pole, like, so the sun would have been behind the pole, but to the right of the pole, I started noticing like all the bugs, all the birds and bees flying by, and their wings like look like they glow because the sun shines through them like glass stained glass or whatever, right? So I was like taken back, enjoying it, and I started noticing, I'm like, why does it look like a star in the background? Like just to the right south, it was like about 4 o'clock to the sun, right? From the pole, midway through the pole. So I'm looking up, and I'm like, it was just as bright as it is right now on a clear day. And to see the star, I stepped out of the shadow of the totem pole, and I looked up, and I couldn't see it no more, nor could I see the wings of the bugs or any of that stuff in the sky. So I stepped back in the shadow of the totem pole. All right. So now the reason why you can see the blaze from the wings from the bugs is because they are between you and the sun. All right. So if you step out of the shadow and those wings disappear and the star disappears with it, then that means that star is between you and the sun. So you need to step back in that shadow, and you'll see the wings of the bugs and all the little, you'll see all the little, what do you call it? The spider webs and all the like things that the sun can shine through, just like the clouds. And it'll be magnificent. You'll see this thing, and what happened was, what really spooked me out was like, okay. The next thing you know, I had a weird feeling. I kept looking at it like, what kind of star is this in the daytime? How come I didn't see this before? I don't never noticed that before. So, and it was big, like a bright star. And I'm like, what the heck? And it was like, it felt like I felt inside like it could, like whatever I was looking at was looking back at me specifically, because I was the only one not moving in a sea of people just flowing around me. So, and just like those bugs in the sky, it was like a sea of bugs and wings and stuff flying around, and that star was the only thing not moving in the wind. And I'm like, okay, so we are looking at each other, and all of a sudden it rises. It went straight up, and I said, okay, now I looked around at everybody around me. It was a bunch of Asian people. You know how it is in Seattle. So it was a bunch of Asian people, a big mass mob of Asian people, because they just hopped off of the tour bus or whatever, right in front of the park. It lets out right in front of the park with the boats and stuff at the boat dock. So, and I looked at all these Asian people, and my mouth dropped, and I'm like, ain't nobody seeing this? Who can I talk to? Who speaks English? So I'm looking for natives and stuff, because, you know, my native folks, so they should be around drinking or whatever, you know, at least get somebody some witnesses. They ain't see nobody. So I stood there like, let me see, and I didn't think to record it or nothing. I was just like, man, I guess this is for me. So I looked back up at the star, and it kept going all the way up into the sky. And then it was shining blue, but it shimmered and kind of faded in and out. And as it went higher and higher, it kind of faded and then just like faded out. But as it was fading, I saw what looked like a more faint object, the same type of object, further behind it, way off, a little dimmer star, like an orb, but they were like bluish, and it kind of like electrical blue, like almost like they described the angels in the Bible. It said their robes are when YASHAYAH, when they went to the freaking when the people tried to roll the stone back from his tomb, and then the two angels were sitting there waiting, and their clothes, their robes looked like they were made of lightning, they said. So these stars, I'm telling you, in the sky that look like orbs, they look like stars, but they're orbs. They're close. They're close. They're between us and the sun, and they look like electricity, like little balls of electricity, and they move in perfect laser trajectory. They don't waver. They don't waver at all. That's how you could tell the difference between them and bug wings, because you can't tell the difference between them and the wings of the bugs. The only difference is the wings of the bugs most of the times don't have a blue hue to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have like that. You see how this water kind of see through like that? And if you looking at through the sky, this thing will blend right on in if you wave. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like it, like how the sun shines through this water bottle, it kind of like a blue hue to it. And then like how this does not have a blue hue, or I guess it kind of does. But anyway, to get back to the point, this is how you can see them. All right, these things are looking and watching, and for them to see me, and I'm telling you, this is far away, man. How far away, I don't know, because the ones that are close to us, like I said, you can see these orbs in the sky that the clouds wrap around, and they're ding pretty much perfect invisibility, except for their electromagnetic field. You'll see a radius, and then in the middle of the radius, you'll see another radius, like a nucleus, almost like an eye, and you'll see like little branches come out of the nucleus, like almost like those little scientific static balls, static plasma balls or whatever that you put your hand on and makes your hair rise off your head. They almost look like that in the sky, but perfectly see-through. And when the clouds hit them, the clouds will make a perfect like wispy circle around both fields, and it's like it's like they can absorb the clouds and throw the clouds, spin the cloud, all types of weird stuff. They do all types of weird stuff. Now there's a third way of seeing them. Now the third way is the most magnificent way, but everybody sees this one, but they don't know what the heck they're looking at. Everybody sees them. They're always putting pictures up of these angels, and nobody knows what they're looking at. It's perfectly right there in front of you. All right, look at that, the wispy in the background. See that? See, I'm telling you, it's them. These are like, I'm telling you, man, this is them. I know exactly what I'm looking at. You guys may not know why there's little holes in the clouds and perfect circles, but I know. All right. Now, what I'm saying is that, oh man. Yeah, what I'm saying is, you see how that whole cloud looked like a Nike check? See that right there? Bam. So in the palm of that Nike check, there you go. That's where it's at. And it's kind of hard to notice because let me get back on topic. So the way that everybody sees them, for the most part, is when you look up in the sky and you see a halo around the sun. That's one that's very close to you, and I mean close, like just above your city, like low altitude. That's what I would say. Very low altitude. And it's like looking through a magnifying glass. That's how the sun is shining through it. It's crystal clear. When I say crystal clear, it's crystal clear. But it will look like a perfect like halo rainbow with a radius, and the sun would be the nucleus, all right, or circumference and all that, and then the nucleus, the diameter and all that, all right. But when you see the clouds move around it, the clouds will make like an almond. It will make like I said, that Nike swoosh. It will make like an almond swoosh, a oval swoosh around the edges, the sides of the circles, and those circles make it look like a perfect eyeball in a socket with a halo around the sun. You haven't seen them at sunset? So the best time to see those are at sunset, because the sun will be at low altitude and you'll have more chance to see them shine through the field, all right, of the horizon than you would be able to see them right above you. All right. So when it's right above you, right over you, like that's a low altitude one, and you'll see the moon shine through them too. The moon will shine through these halos also. You'll see like it throwing light off. You'll see multiple halos. That means they're in close proximity. There's multiple ones in close proximity. Now, my best explanation for where else you can see these things in greater detail would be sunspots. What you call sunspots, okay, think about it. They say the eye of the storm. Now, I just described these things like eyes in the clouds. Eye of the storm. Don't you think even George Bush was mocking you guys when he said, don't you think there's an angel riding in the storm? All right. Riders on the storm. All right. So everybody's they're mocking you. Like the fallen angels mock you. Look at that one. Look at this one. It's perfectly wispy. And you see how it tries to complete the circle, but the cloud moves past it so fast. So you see the cloud move past it, and the cloud's going towards the ledge of the building right here. It's already past the orb. The orb is back here. The cloud keeps going, but the orb is stationary. All right. So when the clouds keep going by it, you'll see continuous wispy circles in that area of the sky or the horizon. All right. And it's like clockwork, man. It's like clockwork. So I think that's also what you would call like sun dogs and stuff like that. They keep trying to put it off with that ice crystals in the sky. That's some bull. That's some bull. We're talking about a magnet. Okay, if it is ice crystals, okay. It's from an electromagnetic field being produced by some type of intelligent form of pure energy. Because in science, which I aced exceedingly, I learned that when you are able to tap into 100% of your brain power, that you would be able to actually, you won't need a physical body. And you'll be absence of the body, and you'll be in the presence of the Most High, if that's the case, because that's just the formula. Absence of the body is in the presence of the Most High. All right. And that's just a fact. Like that, because you just put two and two together. Okay. Like science proves, the word of the Most High. But the community denies the proof. Just like when they go up and try to tell you, let's go Brandon, you know, and it's obviously a lie because the dude said F Joe Biden. So, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to tell you to your face a lie, and they're going to mock you for it because you can't do nothing about it because they control the science. Remember, they say, we control the science. So they're going to be able to label this whatever they want, and then they'll label you for seeing it a conspiracy theorist or some type of kook or crazy person. And it's not really hard to do once, you know, because everybody around you respects them because of lack of knowledge. So they just trust who they think is the smartest person around them, or who they've been told is the smartest people around them. And then they'll heed all those people's false warnings and accusations, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like a caste system. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And people that are actually, see how the cloud does the whisk right there just before it gets to the building? I'm telling you, because it's there. See how they keep wisping up just before it gets to the ledge? There's one right here. It's here. So there's another way of telling. See how the cloud bows? It kind of bows down. It bows right there. It's somewhere in the middle of that bow. All right. Like right there, maybe somewhere like around here. Somewhere around here. There is, yeah. It might be it right there. Might be, because I'm telling you, man, you could be looking right through them and don't even know it. And that's the most it's the most perfect operation. Like, the devil off in your grill and you still don't even know him. That was a quote by Outkast right there, Andre Benjamin. Let's see how it's twisting it up. It's because it's moving around one of those orbs. It's moving around the orb. And you say wind. The wind is the spirit. All right, the rock Hakadesh. That's the spirit in Hebrew, and the spirit is living. The word is living. All right, all things come through the spirit, and those angels, how you think they moving? In the spirit. Absence of the body is to be in the spirit. All right, so they don't have a physical body like this, but they can manifest it straight through them clouds. You'll see a tornado pop up on your butt. What you thinking about? You'll see lightning pop. You said, I beheld Satan as, what was it, Matthew 10:18? I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. In Hebrew, that would have been Barack Obama, as in lightning kneeling from heaven, because Barack means to kneel or to bless or to come down or whatever, descend or whatever. So that's Hebrew. It would have said Barack Obama at that. He said, I would have beheld Satan as Barack Obama, because that means lightning from heaven, falling from heaven. All right, so not a physical body. These are spiritual bodies, but the water is spiritual. All right, so it's kind of, but it's a physical conductor of the spiritual. You get it? Like, so it's more pure. Like, those clouds right there are gas. We say it's water because when it falls down, that's what we feel, right? And if you go through a bunch of it, you're gonna come out wet, supposedly, right? It depends. But they're lighter than air, right? Dark forces in high places and principalities. The prince of the power of the air, right? Okay. Now we already know that the God of this world, we were told by the Most High, who is the one true God in heaven. All right. We were told by him that the God of this world is the Leviathan, aka Satan, aka the great dragon, aka Amaruka the Great, aka America, aka Antarctica. Now notice he's Mr. aka King up in this bad boy. He's got plenty of damn names. Alright, Drake Passage, Georgia South Sandwich Islands, Mount Michael. Got blasphemous names and all type of stuff. The what did they call these? They call these some what did they call these? More recent searches. What did they call them? They called these something. It was another label that they gave this ridge of the South Sandwich Islands. There's another they call it some type of volcano ridge. It's weird. It's another name that's it kind of stuck out to me too. But anyway, back to the point. Now, we already know this is a archangel, fallen, okay? Fallen archangel. That's why he's here, right here on the earth. All right? So big that you didn't even have a clue he was here. That's because the word of the Most High still stands true to this day when he said he created Satan to be the most subtle creature ever created under heaven. Subtle. I mean, what does that mean? That means you don't even know he's here. Under heaven. Under heaven. Heaven's up. Under heaven's up there. So what's under heaven? Oh, we're meant to trample on top of him with our heel, and on his head with our heel, because we're the seed of man, and then, or the seed of the woman, and then his seed is supposed to bite our heels. You know what I mean? Supposed to cause us to stumble and set snares and traps, never ending, evil. All right, this is the type of cycle that we're in. All right, so we're not supposed to be worshiping anything in this world or in heaven. Nothing in heavens, not the throne, none of that. Just the word. The word. All right, the word is the glory. All right, heaven and earth will pass away. So how do you know to stick to the word? Because the word is forever and ever. All right, not this world, but the word that the world came through. Okay, all things come through the spirit. The spirit is the word. So through the word, communicating to y'all, letting y'all know that you need to look up, man. You are being monitored by angels. Now, the devil is going to put his little devices up there also, man. He's going to have the little drones. Because what? You got dragons. Dragons got drones. That's why they call them a drone, to go with Draco, draconian, dragon, predators, predator, drone. Predator is what is Predator in the movie? He's a reptilian. He's a reptile. He's 9 foot tall, fallen angel. Because he's come down to make war against man. That's a fallen angel, right? Okay. There you go. And his whole deal is to hunt. Nimrod style. You know what I mean? So they watching. They pick and select people. They gonna catch you in the night. They ain't making moves in the day unless you in their territory, like they're unholy ground, them temples where all them sacrifices go down. That's some nasty stuff. Yeah, well, you know, you still got the devil with his little lightning bolts that they call Zeus and stuff like that. Zeus and Jesus and all this mess. It's all borrowed, you know what I mean? It's manipulating our mind to make us think that he is God. and to where he sits on the throne and calls himself God. And that's an abomination and blasphemy. And straight up on the Holy Spirit. All right, guys. You guys, you know, the big word to them is always saying, come down to earth. Get your head out the clouds. That's how they pull the crabs out the bucket. Back down in the bucket. You know what I mean? That's what they doing. It's cancer. They want to keep you in it. You know what I mean? They don't want you to get out. They be hating. They do not want you to get your butt up out of here. You know what I mean? You already see how it is in the hood, as in heaven, as it is, so it is on earth. You know what I mean? Shoot, they don't want you to be. Hey, you can't deny it. The Most High is not racist. He's jealous. He don't want you serving nobody that, you know, other than his word. Straight up, he ain't racist. He's jealous, and he'll make your ass pay for that. Straight up, because it's blasphemy. You can't give credit to somebody else. Come on, man. Especially you looking sideways at them. Shit, bro. You can see them at your height. You're not supposed to be bowing down to these cats. If you seeing somebody, you ain't supposed to be bowing down to none of this mess. You're not supposed to be worshiping none of this mess, man. They setting up towers after tower after tower. Babylon after Babylon after Babylon. Over and over, rinse and repeat. Because the thing is getting too full. You understand? So they have to keep making new Babylons. Neo-Babylons. You know what I mean? They got to make the sequel. Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon. This is where we're at, man. And it's no wonder everybody's in confusion, because it's a land of confusion. You got all these, they just mash you up. Because remember, in ancient Babylon, everybody was working as one, but they had to be divided through what? Their word, their language, their tongue. The devil off in your grill, and you still don't even know him. All right? So pretty much they were divided. Now, as in the beginning, so will be in the end. Now, we're being stuffed back together from all the corners of the earth, but we're a house divided. So Babylon is about to fall. You understand? Like, bad. This is what we're looking at. That's why you got a bunch of empty cop cars and empty buses, empty offices, empty buildings, empty businesses. You got empty houses and a bunch of empty-minded people that are just entertained, because entertainment is the highest form of exorcism if you look it up. People are being exorcised, and there's two ways of doing that. You can bring a demon out, or you can put a demon in. Now, you're being exorcised. Now, we know that the thorn in the flesh is the messenger of Satan. So, and the idle mind is the playground of Satan. So you're getting exercised. You're getting entertained to death twice. So to die once, everybody got to do that. But to die twice, come on now, that's your soul. And that's what they're aiming for. That's the only thing worth juicy to them. That's the only thing to them. That's the only thing juicy to them. They want that soul. And a lot of them don't know why, but the ones that are working in those high places and principalities in dark forces, they know why. And that's all they need to know. And that's how they're going to keep it. And when you looking up, man, it's a war going on. I'm telling you, when you looking up there, there's a war going on. Because, like I said, the dragon is going to rise up to heaven to try to make war in heaven. So what you seeing? You seeing drones and rockets. Dragon rockets go up. SpaceX. Come on, it's all blasphemy. Because the expanse is what we call space. And all they did was flip it and reverse it and put X at the end of expanse. Oh, so space, SpaceX, expanse. They're playing with you, man. You're inside of a dome. That's why they're not showing you the clouds right specifically now. All these clouds, I told you, Wendy.com is perfect at showing you the clouds, every detail. And when you do it live, I got good service and everything. So if they're not showing you the clouds, they're hiding something, or the clouds are fake. And it's more than likely the clouds are not fake. Okay? I can feel the wind. I can see the clouds. The clouds are not fake. So they're hiding something. They don't want you to see what that radar can see. All right? So you're looking up at ships and angels right now. I'm telling you. all these orbs and stuff in the sky, hiding in the clouds, there's a war going on. I don't see no chemtrails. That's kind of funny, huh? What's up with that? I don't see not one chemtrail all day, and I was up before the sun rose, 5:30. All right, so something's going on. They can't occupy the same space. That's just the way that it works. It's magnetic forces is the most powerful force known to man. The word attracts and the word repels, doesn't it? That's magnetic. And I just told you these orbs in the sky have electromagnetic fields around them. And that's how they can control the environment around them, because they're given the authority to do so. To control the physical with the non-physical through the spirit. All right? It's magnified. That's why I said I used a magnifying glass as an example. When the sun is at low altitude and is shining right through an angel, you'll see a halo around the sun at low altitude, and it will be magnified. In the middle of the halo will be sort of darkened like the iris of an eye. And on the outside of the halo, which will be a rainbow at the edge, and then on the outside, the sky will appear to be even lighter than the rest of the sky. So, yeah, you're looking at some interdimensional forces going on. So, and there's a war going on. I'm telling you. What do you think Benjamin Franklin was doing when he was throwing all them kites up there with keys? You better think about it. I just told you some of these things are at low altitude. Why do you think they mysteriously have weird plane crashes and stuff? They don't know what's going on. People looking up don't know what's going on, what they're looking at. And it's more and more because everybody's got a camera now. And things are getting revealed. But some people have been watching longer than others. Oh, look up. See it. Hold on. Let me see. Is that a plane? Let me see if I can get it with the camera. Right there. Right there. Is that a plane? I can't even hold the camera still. Let me see with my eyes. Yeah. That was probably not a plane. Like I said, man, they don't occupy the same space. They do not occupy the same space. Now I'm gonna show you one more time what you're looking at. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. Ever since I started this video, we've been looking at cloud after cloud after cloud. These pods going by. But if you look at windy.com, you're looking at zilch, 0 over me. Weather radar. There is none. No clouds. No clouds. This thing usually shows every cloud in detail. And I'm telling you, if they're not showing you the darn clouds, all I wanted to see was the clouds. I went to low cloud. Oh, now they want to show something. Even then, it's fake. That's a fog. They're not showing you the way that they usually show you. See how this is, bull? That's not what we're looking at. That's not what we're looking at. See? Hold on. See, these guys are doing a hypothetical overall, like this is over, what's this, low altitude? These are low clouds. That's not what we're looking at like that, man. They're supposed to show it in detail. The same way that they do with the thunderclouds. You zoom in, you're supposed to see these clouds in pieces and sections and parts. You're not seeing that. They're just giving, because they're hiding something. Clouds are clouds. You shouldn't have to go, because when I take off this right here and I just do regular clouds, my bad, I go to weather radar, this right here would even show you those clouds. I'm telling you, they're not showing you because something is here. Now, if you want to know why I know, because there's a big vortex right here. And you see how all these little specks, those are lesser vortexes. See that big 6 right here? See how it looks like a big 6 covering up the lakes in Toronto and Detroit, Ottawa? That's a vortex. That's an angel. Okay? That's a spirit. Meteorology. They're not showing you these lesser, like these cats are here. They're not showing you any of these clouds. Now, and it's funny, like I said, that there is 0 chemtrails in the sky. How the hell is that? That becomes spooky. And another thing, when you see like geometric shapes like squares and triangles and stuff like that, you already know you're not seeing something in between. It's an outline. You're looking at an outline. Just like I said, when you see that perfect circle, little wispy circles and stuff like that, you're looking at an orb. All right? When you see it, you'll be looking at an orb. But when you see like triangle cutouts, like perfect triangle cutouts, yeah, my phone is weird because I can see stuff that the phone is not picking up, and sometimes the phone is picking up stuff that I'm not seeing. All right. Man, I wish you guys could understand what I understand about this. It's weird. It is what it is. They are here and it's obvious. Perfect circle. Perfect circle in the cloud. I'm telling you, man. Right there. And it'll rinse and repeat and keep doing the same thing. Keep putting out perfect circles, and it'll keep having a base. Like, that's the basis of these cats. All right, now, like, I only started really filming today because some of these clouds not only were not showing up on these clouds were not showing up on the radar, but also was because I saw the circles, so I know that the orbs are in the clouds. But also there were geometric shapes, huge, in the clouds. Like, we're talking squares, rectangles, triangles, forming some type of big object like a ship. Now, I said it's cold out here, right? I said when it's cold outside, how do you make things levitate? You have to have a superconducted magnet at 0.0 sub-zero space temperature inside of a Earth atmosphere. With the magnetic fields, it will levitate. Period. Inside of any magnetic field, it will levitate. Now, I'm still trying to figure out frequencies, because I understand that if you can dial into a frequency, you're probably going to get that effect anyway. But yeah. So when it's cold out and the sun is shining and it's still not warming you up like that, and you're seeing geometric like cutouts in the clouds, then that means that there's a ship hovering over you. There's a wind, there's a constant flow of wind. You know what I mean? There's no storm, but it's constantly cold like that. And they say it's like the winter time. They say, oh, the sun's far away. The sun is getting far away from the earth. That's their excuse is. It's going from, they're saying that the ellipsis of the earth around the sun during the winter combined with the tilt of the earth for the equinox and all this mess. Okay? So, no, bro. No. Something is between you and the sun. And it could be absorbing the heat like a, what do you call it? Yeah, it's about time I quit. If I start stumbling over words and stuff, can't remember words, it's about time. That's the spirit let me know, yeah, it's time to call it a day. I'm just gonna finish that one word. It's solar panels or some type of graphene technology, light absorption technology, to where they could absorb the energy from the sunlight to, I guess, power up their ships while they hover in the atmosphere. It's a perfect plan. Hovering above the clouds, powering up your ship. And the clouds give them cover so you can't see the ship. It's weird like that. Hell, the ships could be so big, from what I can understand, is that they could be rolling across the top of these orbs. You know, if like you put a bunch of marbles on the ground and then you put a flat cardboard over the marbles, that would be like the ship moving over the orbs in the sky. You just see the outline of the orbs. You don't see the invisible ship passing over the orbs. You could see some runoff from the orbs and the clouds maybe, but not the ship, because remember, the ship is putting out the clouds. If you ever notice, sometimes you can see the clouds look like they're even growing right in front of you. And you're like, the sun ain't even putting out enough heat for some clouds to be growing. So what the hell is this? You know what I mean? All right, so I'm getting off, man. That's all I had to say today. I hope you guys, if anybody's got anything to add on to that, go ahead and put it in a comment in the description box or whatever. I'll you know, give you a shout out in the next video or whatever that I do about it. All right, peace.